So what if the cutting edge tech we think we know about? What
Yeah.
if it's just the tip of the iceberg?
Right, or maybe even a distraction from something much older, much more hidden.
Exactly. That's what we're digging into today. We're doing a deep dive into some source material, specifically claims from a recent podcast. It talks about secret government programs, really advanced tech, and, well, a hidden history tied up with UFOs.
Okay.
And our mission here is really to unpack what this source is claiming. This idea of a covert group operating totally off the books, the kind of tech they might have, and how they supposedly shape what we think is going on.
All right, let's get into it. So this source suggests these secret programs, they're not new, not Cold War, not even WWII necessarily.
Older?
Potentially much older, maybe late 1800s, early 1900s. The claim is there could be top secret files going way back.
Wow. And the tech they supposedly have, the source material gets pretty wild there, right?
It does. We're talking about capabilities that just dwarf conventional military stuff. Things like alien reproduction vehicles, ARVs.
ARVs. Okay, and what do they supposedly do?
Well, fly at incredible speeds, but the key is this idea of 1G control, effortless maneuvering.
Which means no insane G-forces like our pilots face.
Exactly. Something a normal human couldn't handle in a regular jet at those speeds. The source suggests maybe these are craft, developed decades ago by groups like Lockheed Skunk Works, maybe like the Tic Tac incident.
So super advanced human tech kept secret for generations, potentially.
That seems to be the angle the source takes for some of it. But it's not just vehicles. They mention teleportation capability, scalar weapons.
Scalar weapons, like EMPs, but different.
Sort of, yeah. Non-physical effects, maybe faster than light stuff. And get this, huge nuclear-powered tunneling machines.
For what purpose?
The claim is they're used to build these massive secret underground bases. Like the source mentions Bechtel, suggesting they might have built some. Whole hidden tunnel systems.
Okay, so a potential century-long history, sci-fi level tech. Who allegedly runs this show?
Well, this is where the source describes it as potentially, and this is a quote, the largest criminal corrupt organization, a kind of shadow government.
Operating above the regular government.
That's the claim. Quote, above the U.S. government, with its own money, its own Air Force, its own Navy, apparently completely outside the law.
How would that even be funded? That sounds astronomically expensive.
Through illegal black budgets, the source alleges. The idea is they might inflate costs on known military projects.
Like the B-2 bomber example.
Exactly. That's the example given, suggesting a huge chunk of that cost was actually funneled into these secret programs. And interestingly, the source claims even top people were kept in the dark.
Like who?
Like Admiral Wilson, head of JCS-J2, top intelligence, and Admiral Hughes, head of DIA. Denied access, allegedly. Didn't even know these things existed.
That implies a power structure completely separate from the official chain of command.
Precisely. So you've got the history, the tech, this alleged shadow group. What's the end game? Why do all this?
Yeah, what's the alleged purpose?
A big part of the claim is psychological warfare. Deliberately mixing things up.
Mixie, what up?
Genuine ET phenomena, maybe. Their own advanced man-made craft that look alien, maybe even extra-dimensional stuff, all jumbled together to confuse the public. Massively.
Why? Just to muddy the waters?
According to the source, it's worse. It's to push a false narrative, specifically an alien threat.
A manufactured threat.
That's the allegation. The source even claims a specific Crown Prince-funded abduction researchers to push this narrative. The goal, maybe unite the world against a fake enemy.
Leading to what? Global unity.
Or, as the source suggests, maybe militaristic totalitarianism, or even trying to provoke some kind of interplanetary war, possibly for, well, eschatological reasons, end times beliefs.
So they might even be staging things we think are alien, like abductions.
The source definitely suggests that possibility, that some abductions, cattle mutilations, things like that, could be human ops using these advanced craft, part of the psyops.
Okay, but what about positive tech? Stuff that could actually help people?
That's another huge claim. That this group actively suppresses world-changing technologies.
Like what?
Free energy is a big one. The source mentions Stan Meyer, Bill Colby, suggesting they were eliminated. And medical tech, too, like limb regeneration, curing major diseases, stuff that's kept hidden.
But why suppress things like that?
Control, basically. According to the source, it's to maintain dependence on current systems, energy, medicine, finance, benefiting, quote, uber oligarchs, preventing real independence for humanity.
These are, I mean, staggering claims. Where does the source say things stand now with this alleged shadow power?
They paint it as an urgent situation, an imminent threat to national security, and really to humanity's future.
Mm.
There's talk in the source of a potential plan, maybe involving law enforcement, special forces, to finally confront them.
Is there like a call to action?
Yes, very direct. An appeal to anyone inside these programs with real information. Come forward now. The source stresses that immunity is possible if they disclose everything truthfully. A chance to get on, quote, the right side of history.
So let's quickly recap this deep dive. The source material describes this alleged hidden group, possibly ancient roots, incredible tech, operating above the law.
Funded secretly, manipulating public perception with a fake alien threat, suppressing beneficial tech. It's a lot.
And the source really emphasizes that you need to understand these different layers.
Right.
Real ET, maybe, fake ET, definitely. Other stuff to avoid being manipulated.
Right. Discerning what is key, according to them, because of this alleged deliberate confusion campaign.
Okay, so here's something to think about, based purely on what this source claims. If technologies exist right now that could solve energy crises, cure terrible diseases, but they're being hidden by a secret group, what does that imply about the world you think you live in?
And what happens if that system, that alleged hidden power, is finally brought out into the open? It really makes you question the fundamental nature of our reality.